Hey guys! So first of all, if you can hear the rain in the background, I do apologize. I'm in the kitchen and we have a skylight in our kitchen, so because of that, the rain can be heard louder in here than it would be in my bedroom, so there's that. But rain aside, today I wanted to talk about one of my more horrible job experiences. Now, I've had a few jobs before my current one, and I wanted to talk about one particular job that I had that didn't really go all that well. And to be honest, I'm surprised that I put up with the crap that they put me through for as long as I did, but anyways. Now, my first job was in customer service in the food industry. My first two jobs were actually in the food industry. So the first one I ever had, I was ready to go. It was my first job, I was excited, and then I met my assistant manager. Now this woman, I don't know if she had it in for me or like what her problem with me was, but I honestly swear to God, whenever I was working, whenever I was on the floor, it almost seemed like she would go out of her way to make sure that my shift sucked and that I was miserable. So it was my first day and I was getting my uniform. Now I had told them that because I'm a bigger girl, I wanted a little bit more room in my uniform. So not something like skin tight, obviously, because that wouldn't be flattering, but something with a little bit more room. And so they gave me a uniform, I kid you not, that was 2 sizes too small. And when my assistant manager and my manager saw me in this uniform and I expressed how uncomfortable I felt and how uncomfortable I was, they proceeded to laugh at me. This is actually a true story. It like makes me just die inside when I think about this. Like, I'm surprised I didn't just walk out then and there, but sadly that happened. But after that, I ended up talking to a supervisor and they helped me with my uniform and that got taken care of. But even so, like, you're an assistant manager and a manager and you're laughing at your employees. Like, that's just messed up. Now, continuing on, when you are a new employee at a workplace, you would assume that you would get like an in-training badge or a "hi, I'm new here" kind of badge. I never got that. And so because of that, when I would mess up on people's orders, customers would get mad at me and like yell at me because they assumed that I had been there for ages, when in reality, I had only been there for like half a week. And I had asked multiple times for an in-training badge and I never got one. Now at my current job as well as my previous jobs, I have gotten used to wearing headsets to communicate with my coworkers and also to communicate with customers when they're coming through. So I'm used to wearing headsets. And when I was at this job in particular, the assistant manager went out of her way to make sure that I never was allowed to wear a headset. Like, I precisely remember that someone was trying to give me a headset. They're like, "Oh, hey, I've noticed that you don't have a headset. Do you want to try one?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely, sure. I'm, you know, up to try anything." And so they were gonna give me the headset and the assistant manager saw this coworker give me the headset, and I kid you not, she yelled in the middle of the store where customers could hear her,
"She does not deserve a headset. She is not allowed to have one. She can't have one. Don't you dare give her a headset."
like basically just like freaked because I was going to be getting a headset. Which honestly, it's like, what the f? If you're an assistant manager, you're there to be a team player and you're there to help your employees and your coworkers. You're not there to berate them. You're not there to act all arrogant and powerful over everybody else. Like, that's just not how it works. So after about 2 months of being berated, verbally abused, and treated like absolute crap, I decided that I had had enough and I put my 2 weeks in. Now, usually I'm not the type to quit a job. I'm not the type to give up, but at the end of the day, this environment was not a positive one and I was not going to allow myself to be surrounded by negativity anymore. Like, it just wasn't right. And the way I was being treated was like just morally and ethically like wrong. So after I put my 2 weeks notice in, I went and started applying around for a new job. I ended up picking up a new job. They were all stoked. They hired me on the spot and they were gonna put me in for training days. So they had scheduled me for training days. So I was like, okay, cool. I get to, you know, go to a new job where hopefully the atmosphere is far more positive than the one here. And I go to give my uniform back to my old job and I look at the schedule and the assistant manager had scheduled me to work my training days at my new job, and this was after my 2 weeks notice. And she was in the back office area that we had in the store. So I walked into the office and I said to her, I'm like, hey, I already put my 2 weeks notice in. I don't know why you have me scheduled. It's already like past my 2 weeks notice. I'm technically not employed here anymore. Like, what are you doing? Like, I was not at all amused. And so she said to me, she goes,
I could get you in a lot of trouble if you don't come in and work because I scheduled you to work.
But I looked at her and I said, at the end of the day, again, I am currently not employed here anymore. So I just walked out and I went home and I told my parents everything, and my mom's like, yeah, we're not putting up with this. We're writing a letter to the head of the company. Like, this is insane. This lady has been nothing but verbally abusive towards you, like harassing you. You don't even work there anymore. Like, what the heck? So we wrote a letter to the head of the company, and they took our concerns into thought. Basically, I don't know if there was like, you know, any punishment for that assistant manager. I do know though that she doesn't work there anymore. I don't know if she got fired. I don't know what happened with that, but I do know that she doesn't work there anymore. But there was one good thing that came out of the situation. So about a week after that confrontation about the schedule with her, I came in just as a customer, and I noticed that the newer employees, because they had hired a new batch of employees, they had in-training badges on. So there's something that came out of it. I think the moral of the story is, at the end of the day, don't put up with people verbally abusing you at your workplace. You're there to be a team. You're there to help each other out. You're not there to degrade each other. If it's something that's really, really getting to you, if somebody's being a bully towards you, like, go to your supervisor or your management, or even human resources if you have to, because that's like unacceptable behavior. But anyways, you guys, oh my god, my chest feels so much lighter after talking to you guys about that. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a massive thumbs up. I will see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.